Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name is Phillip and today we are looking at the Nikon Z6 and the video autofocus capabilities under low light conditions. This was a viewer requested video, so thanks so much for commenting and liking and subbing. It really makes me feel like these videos are worth making. Anyway, let's get to it. I want to show you the setup. This is kind of a weird, video. I didn't know exactly how to set it up. All right guys, so here's the setup basically. I've just got these two items on a table so that we can shift focus in between them. They're two old cameras, pretty fun little Holga and Spartus 120 film cameras. I've got this video light. Otherwise this room is fairly, there's no other light except the light seeping in through the window over here. And what I'm planning on doing is recording what the Z6 can do from back here with the D750, looking straight at the screen as I use the touchscreen autofocus. I'm just gonna record in 1080, 24 frames per second. You're gonna be able to see the settings on the monitor, so I'm not going to spend much more time explaining that. Let's get to it. It's one of the main reasons why I was really interested in the new Nikon mirrorless cameras is because their autofocus supposedly is just way better than their older digital SLR predecessors. This whole thing, by the way, is recorded on the D750, and I've got a Tokina 16-28 f2.8, and I'm going to use a 105, I don't know if that's going to be in focus, but a 105 f2.8G micro lens so that you can get a better shot of the LCD screen behind the Z6. Let's get started. Let's do this. Okay guys, so here we go. We've got the Nikon Z6. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it on here. We're gonna be in video mode. You can see all the settings, the way that I've got it set up. Now this is a really slightly overexposed shot, but I wanted you to know what the lighting relatively was like in the room. So I left the camera in auto ISO in a matrix metering mode. What I've done is programmed one of the function buttons, the bottom one on the front of the camera, to coincide with the front spinner dial so that I can change my autofocus area. The rest of the settings for the autofocus so far are just all default and set right in the middle. So like the tracking speed and the autofocus speed. So if we go into the menu here real quick, I'll show you what I mean. If you go down to movie, you go down to AF speed. I've just got that set right in the middle. And then the tracking sensitivity I also have set right in the center. If you go back, go up to your autofocus settings, you go all the way down here to limit area AF mode selection. I just wanted you to see that these are the autofocus area modes that I'm going to look at. I don't actually think it's dynamic area in video. Instead it's the auto area that you see when the red box is you've got the four corners of the red box. I'll show you that in just a second. But anyway, single point, wide area small, wide area large, and then auto area are the autofocus areas that we're going to use. So we'll just go back into the video and we'll start off with AFS, and this is that auto area. You can tell by the icon there at the top. So let's get started with these settings. We'll change some of these settings as we go here, and you can just decide for yourself what you think. So right now we're in auto area focus. So that's a tracking mode. You're gonna select a point that you want the camera to track, and then it's gonna do the best it can to do that. So if we click that back camera, back and forth here, I'm not sure a lot of people will use this. Maybe they will. I think this is kind of an interesting setup. Let's move on to the AFS single point. Has a little trouble coming back to us. But with these default settings, it seems to do it pretty quickly and pretty well from my perspective here. Again, so ISO 2000 is what the camera's thinking here. What we can do is go through these modes with less light, but this room is fairly dark as is. Seems to be doing a good job. So we're going to switch to AFS wide in the small mode. And it does a pretty good job here. Like, pleasantly surprised with this mode. Go AFS wide large area. Seems to do okay. I kind of suck at hitting the Holga there in the back. But you know, it's considering, I think, more than just that camera. And I think that it's doing a pretty good job. Again, from my perspective here, I'm sitting about 1.5 feet away from the screen myself. Let's go ahead and turn the lights down. Okay guys, so I went ahead and turned off half of the lights. The auto ISO hasn't really bumped up that much. It went from 2000 to 2500, as you can see right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off the whole video light, and then we'll see what the camera settings say, and we'll test the autofocus at that point. Okay, so we have no video light on our subjects over there. There is a little bit of light leakage from the light I'm using to help kind of light up this area so that you can see the camera and the dials and whatnot. But the camera, you can see, is maxed out at 51,200 ISO. So let's go ahead and go through those same AFS area modes and see how it reacts. So we'll just activate the screen once again. One of the things I like about this camera is the standby mode. I love that, you know, this camera is going to eat up some battery, and the standby mode really saves my butt. Anyway, here we go. So we'll hit this Spartus here in the front first. It was okay. Hunted there for a second. Takes a little while to get back there, and it's kind of all over the place in the back. That's not actually focusing, but the way that it's tracking, it thinks that the camera is part of this entire background, I think. So go ahead and back to the front. A lot more hunting there. One more time to the back. And again, you know, it finds it, and then its tracking is sort of all over the place back there. And one more time to the front. And still a lot of hunting there, but gets it in a few seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and change the mode to the area mode to single point. And already got it on the back, so we're gonna go ahead and activate it. Hunt it a little bit, but from my perspective here, that's got it, it's in focus. Go here into the front. Did a pretty good job, but it did hunt a little. Let's open up our aperture now and see if that helps or hurts. So we'll go all the way open here. That's actually a lot better so far. That's interesting. So at f1.8, it does a lot less hunting. Pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and change the area mode to wide small. Little more hunting than single point, it looks like, but eventually gets it. Doesn't really have too much of a problem with this front camera. I wonder if that's just because there's a bit more contrast in the camera body. You know, I'm kind of hitting the table as well as the camera back there, so it doesn't know what I want. I think it's a good test. I mean, it's a black camera on a black background. That's got it, it looks like. Again, pretty much no problem with this front camera. One more time to the back. Slowly steps back and gets it. That's pretty good. Let's go to wide large. That's out of focus. Doesn't know. And it's done trying. Go back to this front. Oh, that's in focus. So definitely, I don't know that this is the best mode to use in AFS. Okay, let's turn the lights back on and go to continuous. One thing I just want to notice, I left it in f1.8 and the ISO, the auto ISO is at 160, so just so you're aware of that. But yeah, maybe let's go ahead and start like we did before at f5.6. Goes up to 1600. Okay, here we go. Hit this first area, it doesn't do anything. I need to keep my finger on the screen a bit longer in continuous before it autofocuses for some reason. It actually does a really good job at pulling and grabbing focus there. We're not going to get to see the tracking performance in this experience, but I'll test that later for you. Not bad. So let's go ahead and move to the single point area. And it's actually doing really good. This is good. I think that might be a little off. One thing I've noticed with, I don't know if it's my camera, in my experience so far with autofocus continuous mode, a lot of times I'll touch the monitor for focus and it won't actually activate the focus. It'll change the point to where I touched, but it doesn't focus there. And it's like my touch was too light. So if I hit AF on, locks on real good, real fast. But if I lightly touch a different area, it doesn't actually do it. Instead of a light touch, I need to do like a harder touch on the screen to get it to activate the focus. I just wanted you guys to know. I've only noticed that, I think, in AF continuous. Let's go to the wide small. Same experience. I definitely need to make sure I keep my finger on the screen or touch with a bit more force. But the focus is really good. It's grabbing pretty well. Let's change it to the wide large. Oops. Yeah, not bad. So now I think with AF continuous, let's go ahead and turn off the lights. Okay, AF continuous, lights are off. You can see 51,200 ISO, and let's just see how well it does. I'm guessing we're gonna get extremely similar experiences in the auto tracking, the auto area mode. And it totally is exactly what we thought it would be, what I thought it would be. In fact, it won't even focus back on that camera. I can hit AF on and it'll focus, but I can't even get it to focus on that back camera in AFC auto area. I mean, this room is very, very dark, but there might be experiences like this where you're trying to grab a clip, I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and switch to AFC single point, see if it does any better here. Nothing. Nothing. Like, I almost feel like I broke the camera. Let's go ahead and change to a different focus mode. Now, yeah, an AFS single point works. It hunted for a second there, but it found it. Again, hunting for a second and a half there, but then it found it. Let's go back over to AFC. Oops. AFC single point, and it doesn't even try to focus. Even when I hit the AF on button, even if I hold my finger on the screen, it doesn't even try to focus on that back camera. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and open up the lens to f1.8 and just see if that helps this entire experience. So we're still at 51,200. I still can't get it to autofocus back there. Look at that. That's interesting. I'm gonna go back to AFS, single point. We'll hit AF on, and it grabs it. Let's use the touch screen. Get this front camera, grabs it. So if we go into AFC, single point, doesn't even try. What is that about? All right. Let's go ahead and go into AFF, which is your full-time mode, and we're gonna go ahead and change this to the auto area. And select this front camera first. And we're at f1.8. Select that back one, and it grabs it. Actually seems to be tracking it better. Go ahead and switch back to the front. Back to that back piece. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's fantastic. Takes a second to step through to the back, but then once it's got it, it's got it. And it tracks it really, really well. Same settings as the other modes. Let's go ahead and change our aperture to 5.6, just because we did that in the other modes. So that really, really kills the entire image. And now you can see the tracking starting to hunt a bunch. Let's go ahead and give it this front camera. Does okay, grabs focus, has a little thought here or there as far as tracking. Let's go back to that back camera. Got it. Took a second, and now you can see it searching everywhere. It's gotten confused as to what to track at these darker levels. That makes a lot more sense. But you know what, I think that it does a fairly good job not hunting so much, even though it's having I think a difficult job tracking. So it threw focus back there. I'm not even sure that the camera is in perfect focus, but the tracking is all over the place, and the camera has decided not to continue to hunt, which I really appreciate. And that's one of the major differences from the digital SLRs to the mirrorless system. Let's go back into f1.8 just for kicks. And at f1.8, there's enough light coming through the lens that it's able to keep hold of that camera over the black background. Really good. Hey guys, just for kicks, I wanted to go ahead and switch into manual focus so that you could see the focus peaking highlighted in red. We'll just keep the settings as is with the lights turned off in the room. It's a really dark room. As you can see, the camera's at 51,200 in matrix metering, but I figured it'd be fun to just kind of use and see the focus peaking. Camera keeps wanting to go into standby because I'm not actually recording on the Z6 right now. That's a fantastic feature. All right, here we go. Oh, I apologize real quick for any noises, any yelling children. I've got a lav mic on, but it's only gonna do so much. All right, so here we go. This is a more normal low light situation in my opinion. The camera's thinking 4500 ISO, 5000 ISO. We're at f1.8 still, and 1/50th of a second, 24 frames per second. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell it to focus on this camera a little bit closer to us and see how it does. Pretty well. Let's go back to that other one. Great job, f1.8, and it's awesome. AFS, single point, is what we're using. And I mean, that's fantastic. I'm just going to kind of slowly move over here a little bit as I switch between the two cameras that I'm focusing on. Just give it like a moving shot, you know. Do that front camera, back camera, front camera, back. Actually accidentally selected the wood there. Go back to that back camera. Go to the front here again. Does a really good job. I'm going to switch over to full-time autofocus in the single point. So right now we're on that front camera on the black knob. We're going to go to the back camera. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and tap back over to the front camera here. 3, 2, 1. It's just good. Works really, really well. Oh my goodness, it is cold. Okay, we gotta keep this short and sweet. Oh man, I had all my settings like totally messed up for the last 3 minutes that I was recording. Anyway, my quick response to this experiment in the garage, low light autofocus, the camera does great. I know that when it was super dark, the tracking was like everywhere, right? It couldn't find that back camera, you know, amongst the black background. It just couldn't figure it out. But I think that in a normal situation, in a normal low light situation, I mean, it's low light out here right now, the camera's just it's gonna nail it. It's gonna be great. One of the things that I wanted to tell you guys, especially you guys coming from Nikon, I've used Nikon for like 10 years. This camera, I am confident in this camera. So I want you to feel confident too, and as far as a purchase. You guys are awesome for watching and liking and commenting. Please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I'm gonna try my best to keep doing videos like this. Anyway, I've been using the Nikon D750. That's what I'm rolling on right now for like, I don't know, 4 years. And I love this camera. Absolutely love it. And when I pick up the Z6, I don't know, there's a similar confidence though. It feels really good. You pick it up, you feel confident. I don't know, it just works. It works really, really well. The dials feel stiff and nice. Anyway, there's so much to be said about the camera. I'm excited to make more videos like this for you. So please keep watching, keep commenting, keep telling me what you need me to do, what you guys think about the camera. You guys are teaching me stuff all the time too. I really appreciate it. I love this place. More videos coming at you very, very soon. I'm gonna keep pumping these out as fast as my kids will let me. I gotta get back home.